Sir, I noticed you needed an air filter. I just changed it last month. Well, it's been a high pollen month. It looks clean to me. It's white pollen. Plus your headlight fluid's low. Did he just say my headlight fluid is low? Well, we don't do that kind of stuff here, but we do routine maintenance, which includes brake flushes. Speaking of, I have a 2015 Mercedes C300 that I have to do that on. So let's get started. Cue the banjo. Going to do a B service or service B on this 2015 Mercedes C300. I already done the oil change and the air filter and the cabin air filter, but I wanted to go through it how you do a brake flush on a car. It's pretty much the same on all cars. I've already jacked up the car. I've already taken the wheels off. I've opened up the brake reservoir over here. I've just used the right fluid. Some vehicles take .3, some take .4, .5, stuff like that. Just make sure you're using the right fluid when you do this. And you start basically from the furthest wheel away from the brake reservoir, which is, in most cars, is going to be your right rear, right? So we're going to take this off and we're going to start the machine. I have a brake flush machine. Basically, it uses vacuum from the air, from compressed air, makes a vacuum, sucks it out of the fitting itself. And the fitting for this particular vehicle is 11 millimeters. I've already hooked up the line from the vacuum right here to the fitting, and we're going to loosen that up. We're going to turn on the vacuum, and then we're going to loosen this up. And as you can see, the fluid is now coming out of the brake lines, and it's going to come out. It's going to come out starting going from there. And what you really want to make sure you do is you don't go below the brake reservoir fluid level here. You want to keep a constant level on that brake reservoir. Now I'm going to be watching this reservoir over here, and I don't want to get too low. I'm going to be watching this level right here and making sure that that doesn't get below this line down through here, because then you're going to lose air into the system, all right? So we'll just keep on that, and we're going to watch the brake fluid, and we're going to make sure that the brake fluid from here is clean. And we're going to let all that fluid come back from all that line over there. Then we'll switch over to the other tire, which is going to be the left rear, and then we're going to go to the right front, and then we're going to go over to the left front. And repeat this process all the way through until we've got clean fluid on through all the lines, all the calipers, and the reservoir itself. Okay? Now this may look clean, all this stuff coming out of this line right here, but when you look at it in here, not so much actually. It's fairly dirty. And that's moisture. That's moisture that gets inside the brake fluid itself, because it absorbs moisture. Once we clean this out, he should have a much firmer pedal feel on his brake. While this is working on the other wheels, you can put the wheels on the other ones you finished. Helps save time. Why wait to finish all this stuff and then put the tires back on? Then when this one's doing this one, put that tire back on. Then when you switch over to the one over there, you can put this tire back on, so on. Just speed the service up a little bit, right? Well, this is the last wheel. Pretty simple. It's pretty much flushed out. Just close this fitting up. While it's running, keeping a vacuum on it. We'll tighten it up. Turn it off. Make sure it's tight. Put the cap back on it, wherever that went. The last piece of this is topping off the reservoir and pumping up the brakes and make sure you don't have any air in there. If they're soft, this should firm up the brakes, not make it softer, right? So you make sure before you start the car, put it in gear and test out the brakes. Make sure the car's in park and test the brakes out then. You don't want to find out that you've made a problem when the car's in gear and you're doing a test drive, right? After you pumped up the brakes and they checked the brake pedal is firm, check the reservoir again. The fluid level could have gone down a little. One last thing, I see this all the time in auto shows and I'm not really sure why, but I see them putting on their wheels and their lug nuts with an impact wrench. I'm not sure why, that's not the proper way to do it. Use a torque wrench, get the proper specifications of the torque on the lug nuts and put it on that way. Also, do it in a crisscross pattern. So you put the wheel on evenly